Well, we all want our children to succeed, and sometimes we need a little extra help. And the Brighton Center is here to help. Joining us to tell us a little bit more, Kim Jeffries is here, along with Melanie McKinney. It's good to see you both.
Good to see you.
I'm very glad that you guys are here to talk about this. A lot of people have heard about the Brighton Center, but they don't know about all of the different programs you offer. So let's start with the big thing. 2 locations in San Antonio. You guys have a great history here.
Yeah, we've been around for 50 years, and so we want to make sure kids are ready for kindergarten. So we provide in-home therapy services for babies and toddlers to make sure they're on track with their development. We have our 2 centers that you mentioned that provide that early childhood education so that they're ready to transition into kindergarten. And when they transition there, we make sure that their parents know how to advocate for them so they can get the services they need from the public school system and be successful there.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't know that you also have some programs available for parents in their own home, and I think that's very important.
Yeah, it makes us a little different than like your regular therapy program. We have licensed therapists who go in the home and they work with the family on what do you have in your home, what do you do in your normal daily routine, so we can incorporate therapy in that. And then we have developmental specialists who kind of guide the family through that process and then transitioning into public school.
So Melanie, let's talk a little bit about some of the programs and what happens when you go into someone's home to work with their kids.
Well, we're really meeting parents where they are. So getting a sense of what their concerns are and what their hopes are. What do they really need at that time to help them be able to enjoy and play and help their children to thrive.
What are some things that parents should look out for if they're concerned that their kids aren't developing their motor skills fast enough? I mean, I think every parent is like, my kid's not developing fast enough. But there are some signs too.
Sure. So very early on, with babies, we're looking that the baby is able to move his or her arms and legs equally, being able to turn his or her head equally to both sides, being able to fix and look at you and track. And then, of course, beyond that, baby is meeting their motor milestones, sitting, being able to hold him or herself up by 6 months, being able to crawl by 9 months. Those are just some general guidelines.
Sure. And parents get scared, right?
Yeah.
One of those first phone calls should be to Brighton, because you can send somebody out and you guys can talk to the parents and assess the situation and tell them what needs to be the next few steps.
Yeah, and screening and evaluations are always free. And then for families who have Medicaid, all of the therapy is covered at 100%. And so there's really very little cost for any family to get these in-home therapy services.
That's fantastic. And Melanie, I can see that this is clearly a passion for you, because you've brought in something that you've developed to help these families with the mobility challenges as well.
Yes, so this toy car is a program that was started at the University of Delaware, and we have partnered with the University of Incarnate Word School of Physical Therapy, and so we build these cars, and basically how it works is they're cars that you buy off the shelf, and they're adapted with a little button so baby can push the button and off they go. And so this is for children who have impaired mobility, and it's important that they get that mobility experience to then help them with social skills and communication and things like that.
So very cool. Thank you so much for coming in this morning and sharing all of this information with our viewers. Of course, if you would like to know a little bit more about the Brighton Center or any of the programs that we talked about this morning, if you're concerned, if you want to set up one of those in-home visits, just call the number on your screen. It's 210-826-4492. You can also find out more online, brightonsa.org, and of course find out more on Facebook, Brighton Center SA.